Amiga, you know those Christmas trees that are filled to the brim with ornaments and ribbons and all sorts of Christmas decorations? That's what I wanted for this guy. And, well, you see how that went. I wanted to make 24 ornaments with polymer clay by Christmas Day, and I failed, but I thought it would be fun to take you along the ride and show you the journey of that failure. As somebody that does digital art and paints on canvas every now and again, I knew that sketching was not only the most crucial, but it was going to be the easiest. And I was right. I wanted to have something to guide me, a goal, so I didn't get too lost in what I had in mind for what I was trying to do. First up, we have the cast iron skillet. This is based off a few things: Howl's Moving Castle, Drew Barrymore's cast iron, and my wife's heart-shaped egg earrings. Next up, we have, spoiler alert, the most disappointing one. But it wasn't the most disappointing one at this point. This is a bear-shaped flan based off of those bear-shaped burgers that I kept seeing on the internet. And I thought it would be super simple and super cute, and I was really excited for it. I was really sad to see that I forgot to press record. So I didn't have the process of sketching it, and yeah, that was depressing. But it is a jamón glaseado, and a jamón glaseado is just a glazed ham with pineapples and cherries that we eat in Puerto Rico for Christmas. And I just thought it would be cute to make a pig with cherries and pineapples, and I love the sketch. Last but not least, it's just a cat-shaped marshmallow on top of a hot cocoa mug. Let me just say, if you do this for fun, for a living, I have so much respect for you. My wife included. You guys make it look so easy, and it is not. I was really sad to see that I lost the footage. Error here, error there, and I lost the footage for the cast iron. But I went ahead and re-recorded the steps that I took just to have a visual of it. And thankfully, I had a heart-shaped 3D printed cutter that I was able to use, because I don't know how long this would have taken or if I would have succeeded in what I was trying to do. But yeah, I pretty much used the cutter for the major shapes and kind of squiggled here and there, put the border around, stamped the handle. I was really proud of how it came out. Next one actually took quite a while to make. I think because I was the most excited, but this is really when my perfectionism. This is really when the perfectionist inside of me started to come alive. I think because I was the most excited for him. It took a while and I couldn't get him to stand up no matter how hard I tried, but I just kind of pressed him and he kind of stood up. So I thought, this is gonna be fine.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing?
So the cat mug was actually a lot more difficult than I realized he was going to be. I don't know why. I think it was the Aries inside of me that said, I can do this, I got this. But I was feeling a little defeated after the pig. And it just took a little while. But it came together.
What the dog doing?
The next point was to actually put it in the oven. I didn't get a lot of footage of this because at this point it was 8 in the morning and I was just kind of trying to get it done. But take my word for it, the pig went through war. It had actually fallen forward and lost an ear, lost the little pineapple that it had in its mouth. It just, the little feet, it came out really messed up. And it just wouldn't stand at all after that point. I got it in my head that I needed to just sand the pig's feet and that he would be able to stand, because in my head I thought, oh, it's just out of balance. And it was kind of true, but the actual truth was that it was too heavy and the little legs were just too little. And it was never gonna work. But even though it was 30 degrees outside, I put on a hoodie, a long sleeve shirt, a mask, gloves, and I decided I'm just going to sand him outside and it's all going to be okay.
He doesn't even go here.
It wasn't. It was a waste of time. And at this point, I was really, really disappointed with the confidence the joy left along with it. I decided to thicken up his little legs and that's what actually worked. So I just wish that I would have just come at peace with it a lot earlier and done that from the beginning, because I sanded him for no reason. The other ones, however, came out really good. They didn't need any sanding. I was actually really happy with it, so I was ready to move forward. I tried this new paint that, bear with me, gouache, my wife said, I think. Gouache? I'm not sure.
Gouache.
I have been converted. I wish I had found it long ago. Oh my goodness. It is so good. And this was actually a really cheap pack. So I can't imagine, you know, even better grade gouache paint. I am actually the happiest with the cast iron skillet. I think it came out really cute. The flan. Honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. I was so frustrated. I'm unhappy. I'm just unhappy. I don't even want to talk about him. I don't even want to mention him. I don't even want him to get camera time. I don't know. I hate him. I have nothing to say. And last but not least, we have the cat mug. Yeah, that was something I underestimated. All of the crevices. You know, when you do canvas or on digital, it is one flat surface. All of the little crevices and angles, and it looks different if you turn it to the side and all that stuff. I was completely unprepared for that.
Wow, that's wrong.
Pretty much get the withdraw the money for her dowry.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And they were like, well, if you had told me, we could have negotiated for a lower price.
I should have just done a base coat on the paint and called it a day. But I got it in my head that I wanted to go ahead and coat them with resin. And this was the choice of the century. I got a bunch of resin, put it on there. I don't know. I lost my head. The smell was really strong. It got everywhere. I just thought that I could just kind of plop a bunch on there, set it under the UV light, and that it would be okay. And it was not. It was messy. It was sticky. It took forever to actually get to a decent point where it was an absolute liquid. It made the paint bleed because I didn't put a coat in between. And it was just quite the disaster. Trying something new while telling yourself that it needs to be the best thing you've ever made is honestly a fool's errand. And now, mind you, I was born on April Fool's, so I'm the biggest fool on earth. Now it was time to put the little hooks on the ornaments so that I could just hook it and put this behind me. I'm such a clown. So I'm gonna call it hook, I'm gonna call it I'm gonna say all sorts of stuff, but what I'm talking about moving forward is the eye pin, just screwing on the eye pin. I just couldn't retain it for some reason. I literally asked my wife 10 seconds before I started recording this what it was called, but I am talking about just screwing on the eye pin so that then I can put the little hook to actually put it on the tray. Little did I know that my suffering was yet to be over. First up, I went ahead and did the cast iron, and it treated me so well. I just put it in, screwed it on, and bam, it was done. So in my foolish head, I thought, it's over. It's done. I just have to get this hook on the rest of them, and the suffering is over. It's going to be so easy. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was so very wrong. Next up was the pig, and I actually ended up scraping the back of the head of the pig and the pineapple, the front of the pineapple on the back of the pig. Just scraping it. I kept dropping it. I couldn't get it on, and I ended up using tweezers to actually get it on, and I was just like, okay, I forgot that this is hell. Then the bear actually was really easy to put on, and last but not least, you. Now, the cat mug, I got it in my head that I needed to put it on the top marshmallow. Why? I don't know. But I needed to do it. I drilled it, screwed on the little hook, and that is when I realized exactly what went on. A big old crack down that top marshmallow. Unsavable, unlovable. And if there was any way to save it, I ruined it because I was so angry. I just yanked the hook out and broke it. Why don't you come on and show the class exactly what ended up happening here? That right there. Now, I told myself that it looks like somebody took a bite out of the marshmallow and called it a day, but I was defeated, and it was cathartic. This feeling of numbness, of just acceptance, and realizing that really I am my own worst enemy, and that if I just had taken a breather and been more calculated instead of just kind of going with my first mind and just putting it wherever I feel like putting it, I would have probably avoided it. But I was so stuck on creating something perfect that I ended up ruining it. But I just put it in a different position, which is its back. It did a lot better, and put it on the tree. And after I put it on the tree, I just kind of looked at it and told myself I was never going to look at it again. No, that's not true. Now that it's been a little while after, I like them a lot better. I'm actually a lot happier with them. They're not as bad, and I realized that I was just being really harsh and that I should have probably taken more breaks in between. But yeah, that was the journey, amiga, of this attempt at making an ornament. And yeah,